Hey, how you doing? What you doing? I be in the break room. I be in the break room. Bet I'm in the break room. What you doing? Hey, what we doing? I be in the break room.
Big Bink's Break Room Podcast, man. Let me tell you something right there. 1995. My big bro Skeelo. I wish you remember that joint. That's the #1 record. That joint used to go so hard. Matter of fact, it still go hard. And welcome to the show. I want to thank everybody again for the feedback, for the positive comments, for the negative comments, for the support. Follow us on all social media. Big Bink's Break Room. All right, just like it sounds. BIGBINK Break Room, fastest growing podcast. And Shani, I know you was over there grooving when that joint came on. You used to like that joint, didn't you?
Oh, yes, because I wish I was a little bit taller, too. I did. I didn't want no girls I could call.
That's what it is. I want a bunch of girls I could call.
Well, I'm only 5'1", so.
Good for a girl, that's good.
Yeah, that's not. Because he like when we buy clothes, because then, of course, you know, I was real slim, but the pants would be too long. They made everything for like 5'6". You know, by 5'6", 5'7", I think that would have been the sweet spot. But what I was blessed with is the best, because
that's what that is.
bomb.com.
That's what that is. Yeah, man. We started the show out with that song today because one of my big bros, Skeelo, man, is on the show today, and he got a lot of stuff going on. But I wanted to bring back that nostalgia when hip hop had lyrics, and you can have fun with it, and you can smile, and it was cool to be happy, and it was cool to have manners, and it was just cool to kick it, and it was cool to party. And that's what we did when that boy Skeelo dropped that in 95, #1 record, by the way. Let's welcome him to the show. Skeelo in the building. Representing. What up, bro?
Hey, what's up, family? How y'all doing?
It's been a minute, man. It's been a minute, bro. How you been doing, man?
Blessed. Praise be to Allah, brother. By Allah's permission, I've been blessed, been healthy. I've been eating well. I've been exercising and just trying to stay in and, you know, away from, you know, this COVID thing, you know?
Yeah, Shani, we was talking off air before the show. I told Skeelo that boy still look like he's 22.
Thank you.
You kidding me?
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, amazing.
He's got that glow. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm feeling like the last dragon right now. He got that glow.
You shared a little bit of game with us. You said you drink a lot of water, man. Like that's really been helping you over the years.
Oh yeah, man. You know, alkaline is how we do it all the time.
That's the alkaline joint. Y'all better do y'all research if y'all know about that alkaline.
Yeah, you know, I just try to stay healthy.
I wish I had my water so I could show you guys what I drink. It's not that water, but it's the water that has the black and red label. I can't think of no, it's not Life. No, it's something. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Well, that's what that is.
No doubt.
That boy Skeelo on the show today, man, and you touched on it just a little bit, man. Go ahead and expand on it. How are you dealing with COVID, man? Dog, we 7 months into this pandemic, man. Like, how has this affected you, man?
You know, it's really hard for me to say. Like, I do so much work at home anyway. You know, as far as the quarantine and everybody staying in, like that doesn't bother me. I'm a workaholic, so
yeah.
But you know, it's just being careful. You know, you got to be careful. You know, where you go, who you're around. You know, only making moves when you need to make moves, when you have to make moves. So, and then staying prayed up, which is most importantly. You know, you got to stay prayed up. Wear a mask. You know, I do all of that. You know, take the guidelines.
Anybody in your circle, man, that had the COVID, got close to them, or anybody caught it, you know?
Not my immediate circle.
Yeah.
Praise be to Allah. But there are some you know, loved ones who's, you know, it's reached me that are affected by it. So, you know, they deal with it.
Gotcha, man. Hey, man, I know do you get tired of people coming up to you, man, and say, "Oh, hey, I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I mean, do you get tired of that? We what? This is what 25 years later? Is that 25?
Yes, sir.
25 years later. Do you get tired of that, bro? Because I know they do. Because hell, when you got on the phone today, I start singing it. Like, do you get tired of that?
I never get tired of it, family. Like it's really a blessing. Like, you know, the average artist in the music business has about maybe a 5-year lifespan. You know, you lucky, maybe a Michael Jackson or something if you get to do 10 or more.
Right.
You know, like I did Forrest Gump as a video for I Wish, but I had no idea that my life would be like a mirror of that. Like everything, I just got into a lot of different things, like from acting to rap to production, and praise be to God, I have a lot of success with everything I've done, and I'm still going. You know, like, so it's a blessing, bro.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And when we talk about that era, we talk about 95. So a lot of people, and I know we know each other, so you kind of gave me the backstory. I mean, I know the backstory on where you're from and where you've lived and all that stuff, but a lot of people, let's take me back in 95. I'm thinking you from the West Coast, right? And you know, you got when I Wish was at the top of the charts, you still had Short was still banging. You still had E40 banging. You had Far Side banging. You had, I think Cypress Hill probably had something out at the time. Cube was solo doing his thing. Like, but that song gave another face to the West Coast. Why don't you speak on that?
Well, yeah, you know, I'm actually born in Chicago. That's my home. You know,
no doubt.
I stay connected to home. I go back and visit family at home over the years.
That's the crib.
But I was fortunate, you know, at a young age to have moved around a lot. You know, my folks was in the military, so they had to travel, and sometimes I had to go stay with family. And you know, I went to New York and I lived there for a while. That's where I learned hip hop.
Gotcha.
So I wouldn't have learned, you know, the rap skills that I have if I hadn't went through that journey. And then when I came to the West Coast, you know, still a young man, I grew up from, you know, really, you know, my youth to adulthood in LA. So West Coast is home. West Coast is in my blood. West Coast is what I know. You know, my fondest memories in my life has happened right here.
You know, you think about 92. 92 was a pivotal year for the world. And not only, you know, Los Angeles, California, but those riots sparked a tree of artists, a tree of movements, a tree of a new way of life for people on the West Coast. And it introduced the world to everything, you know, the gangster rappers in LA was talking about, Ice-T, you know, NWA. And so you were there when the riots were happening, right?
Indeed. But you know, the situation with the way I saw NWA, I didn't see NWA as a gangster rap group. I know that's what they've been labeled over the years. I saw them more as conscious. Gotcha. And I say that because they was kicking reality rap. The stuff they were talking about was really going on in the hood. The abuse that, you know, Black people were taking at that time, and even still to this day, in South Central, is going on. They were the reporters of that. You wouldn't get that on CNN. You wouldn't get that on NBC. You have to get that straight out the hood. And hip hop is the only network that can really bring that home. So it was very important, I think, to hip hop to have NWA. You know,
man, that's amazing.
Yeah, they spoke truth to power. That's what it's about. You know, that's hip hop.
And 25 years later, Skeelo, 25 years later, we are still in the same place, theoretically, that we were in 95. You look at all the stuff that done happened, you know, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Philando Castile. I mean, we can name names, Trayvon Martin. We can name names, the new one in Texas, Jonathan Price. We can name names probably for the rest of this show. But the movement to be Black right now is kind of cool because it's like it's taking a turn for the better. Would you agree? Or why don't you speak on that?
Well, I think if anything, we're becoming more united.
Yeah.
We're learning to appreciate each other better, which is good because there's a lot of hate. There's a lot of hate. And really, that's self-taught hate. That's not even like, real hate. Like, I have to sometimes really forgive and excuse my brothers, my sisters, if they offend me, because we're not all in our right state of mind. We've been through a lot. Nobody, for years, they told us there is no systemic racism.
Right.
The most honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has been preaching for years about the systemic racism is in this country. They owe him an apology. The media owes him an apology, but there is no apology. And I don't know how anybody is going to say, okay, now we're going to do right by you, and Minister Farrakhan is not at the table. Like, how is that possible? Like, there could be, it must be a trick, because why isn't he at the table? That's the only person I could think of that is like, really cared about Black people to teach us the truth about what's going on. He told the truth, and really, it's time we all should be listening to what the minister has to say.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, what you doing? I be in the break room. I be in the break room. Bet 'em in the break room.